countless times, and they've had many classics. They did a rematch at the Decade event at our 10-year anniversary.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean? Like, that was the first time I made a move as far as like, yo, I want to kind of like be a part of this in a different way. And I said, that was the battle that I set up. And then after that, I just, you know, things grew and grew and grew, and then I became a part of the staff. I became co-owner.
That not Ground Zero, it was one of the super major ones. It was like part 3, when you had one of your old friends, Wise Guys member, Drizzy Drake.
Was this the one when I battled Arsenal?
You battled on that in that one.
Yeah, I battled Arsenal. The one where we're at the Queen Elizabeth Theater?
Yes.
Or the one when he battled, or Disaster battled DNA?
So there was one where he was supposed to go to the American Music Awards.
And he showed up at the King of the Dance.
That was the one I battled Arsenal at.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So how did that all start happening? Was it from y'all connection from before?
Well, I mean, I had a relationship with Drake. I believe I just tied him on a 4.
It'll match your shirt still.
Yo, you gotta see what this bet is right now. His watch against $60. Right? I came, like, you know, in them early stage of his career, like, all of us were like hella cool, like from Masters. Masters is my best friend, right? He's like
Ken Masters.
Yeah, Masters is a very, you know, very dear person to my heart. He's a very close friend of mine. Yeah. And then, you know, I met Young Tony. I met, and then we knew guys like JD Era, but because I knew JD Era, that then introduced us to Johnny Rocks, right? And then Drake.
The Saga connection, yes.
So there was always, like, all of us kind of just gelled, right? And every time we were around each other, it was constantly. It was jokes. It was cuts. It was like, you know, it felt like a very long friendship, right? Early, because everybody was just funny. Everybody was, you know, always jabbing at each other, cracking jokes. Yeah. We'd travel out of town. We'd go to shows with each other, you know, shit like that. So, and we always would go to like Kitchener, because JDR was in, and Rocks were in U of T, Waterloo or whatever. So we would always be out there. We go to like we moved, you know what I mean? We all moved. Like, you know, because we all felt that we were also the best rappers in the city.
So this is
I would have added Richie Sosa to the equation, you know what I mean? But
not to interrupt your story, because we need to get this early Drake and Bishop connection. This is the times when, you know, there's all these songs that JDR was talking about. These songs that Bishop has that
in the tuck, in the vault.
I got them all.
Hey.
I did a record with Snoop Dogg that I never put out.
Oh.
Why not?
I heard Era say that I never put out music. Everybody says that.
Yeah, you hoard your music.
I'm definitely a music hoarder. It's actually pretty bad.
That's crazy.
Because you can come to my house and then I could play music for a very long time. It's pretty bad.
So you have Drake songs.
I got this track with Drizzy.
And Snoop Dogg songs.
So what happened was, before anybody, this is actually the first time Snoop ever heard a fucking Boy Wonder beat. Boy Wonder and Spins gave me these beats, and T-Minus gave me the beat for It's 420, because I went out to Cali to work with Nate Dogg. And
Nate Dogg.
Yes, absolutely. The late, great. And then Nate, based off of our work ethic in the studio, we were in the studio for a very long time, and our work ethic and our energy, like, we clicked, right? So he ended up calling the Dog and getting me over there. So I ended up, you know, meeting Snoop or whatever. And then, so anyways, we did a record on a Boy Wonder beat, Boy Wonder and Spins beat, and I brought it home. When I came home, I didn't necessarily, when I got back from Cali, I didn't necessarily, I cared about the Nate Dogg record, I liked the Snoop Dogg record, but all I wanted to do was get home, keep Snoop on the hook, and put the Wise Guys on it. That's what I cared about. It was the weirdest thing ever, because...
So wait, he had a 16 and you didn't want the fucking 16?
You just wanted the hook.
I wanted the hook. Because I felt, in the moment, this sounds arrogant. It's not, man. But, like, the Snoop Dogg story is fucking, it's like magical.
Yeah.
It's a magical story, because that's that point in my life, that day on April 20th, in the studio with Snoop, Dog Pound, the whole Western Conference, and all that shit. Yeah, and like that story in itself is incredible. But when I came home, I was excited to have Snoop on the record, but I really wanted to get the remix done first, which was featuring Drake, Young Tony, JD Era, Johnny Rocks, and Masters.
Okay.
Right? Now, I didn't call us the Wise Guys. I didn't do that. I liked it. I thought it was pretty fucking gangster. You know what I mean? The Wise Guys.
So who came up with that?
Where did it come from?
It came from the people, the public. Somebody posted it. You guys are the Wise Guys. Somebody made that picture that you guys have of all of us, and it says the Wise Guys with the Mafia guys.
That's available on Google, and there's only 2 pictures available, and they're cloudy as fuck.
Wow.
Right, but like we didn't make that.
So you don't have that. You don't have. You don't.
Super fan.
Somebody made it, and they called.
That's fucking crazy.
And this is what I'm saying to you. Is like
I wonder where they got the inspiration for that.
But we were literally. We were like
before Instagram.
We were the guys. And when we was going up against the offense and Aristo and them, we were really the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like
that we really showed
because I was signed. I had the deal.
You had the Bulldog deal.
Nobody had the deal. I had the deal. So when I came back with Snoop, I'm trying to like make sure, like, you know, I remember when fucking, you know, I remember a time when early in fucking, I used to always be in the studio by 40. You know what I mean? And I think he's a wizard in the studio. And I remember when he was like, yo, I gotta fly to fucking Atlanta and go help Jermaine Dupri with some shit. And it was like, when everything was starting to happen, I was like, this
is like early 07 or...
It was happening, yeah.
Yeah, was watching it.
Yeah,
happen.
but I'm also doing my thing as well. So I'm looking at this situation like, yo, this is dope. Everybody's kind of like, it's a time. Everybody's kind of moving. Yeah. JD Era is making great music right now. Masters is making great music. Johnny Rocks, like everybody's making some shit. It's making sense, right? So,
y'all were killing the radio.
So it feels great, right? We did the Shorty Grinding record. JD Era brought that to my studio, and then because I had the better situation, it became a Bishop record featuring JD Era and Drake.
She Amy Winehouse, no free head. She like, I need bread, baby, I'm a pre-med.
But we didn't think of that record as anything else other than let's just get it out, and I had the push.
Yeah.
I had the push. I had to connect to radio through Bulldog. So it was gonna go to radio, it was gonna hit, right? So we put it out like that. But it was JD Era's record initially, because he came to us with the record. He came to my house to record it, and then we were like, yo, let's go down to the PMAX studio, which was off of Dufferin. So in a little section there, where, you know where it is. So then went to PMAX studio for Drake to do his verse. So I was there. We were there with him.
Dufferin King.
But that's when I brought Obi. I brought Obi down to that studio.
Okay.
That's when Obi met Drake.
So you introduced Obi
That's
to
when
Drake.
Obi met Drake. Yeah. And then so like again.
Obi, aka Obi O'Brien for the people.
Yeah, Obi O'Brien. So now I thought Obi. Anyways, I could touch on all these topics. I don't know musically where he's at now. I don't hear or see any music from him.
2 videos.
But I met Obi because Obi had a record that I always pay attention to the underground, right? I always pay attention to people that are coming up because that's where you find talent, and I respect the come up. So he had a record called Over and Over, and I didn't know him from anything, but I hit him up, and I was like, yo, this record's fire. Oh, let's do a record. I'm gonna get on a remix of that. And that's how I met Obi. I thought Obi is one of the most talented producers, songwriters, comedians, period. I think he's a fucking mega superstar. What path he chose to take to be where he's at now, you can only gauge somebody's success by how they feel about it. Yeah. So if he chose not to put out as much music, I still can say on the record that I think he's incredibly talented. The same reason I can say that Hush is probably my favorite rapper that ever came out of Toronto.
It hurts my heart. I made a song for you weak niggas. Got toothpaste for you sweet niggas. I'm getting rich in the screw face capital.
Ever, right? But he don't like he will not like if I say that shit to him.
A lot of people don't know that Hush is formerly known as Young Tony. You know what I'm saying?
But he never liked when I tell him all the time, yo, I wish you would put an album out, bro.
And he was ripping up Project Bounce back in the days.
Unbelievable.
Like tearing up Project Bounce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Like literally the best rapper I had ever heard. Technically, delivery, and believability. Like I fuck with when you know what, I'm not gonna get too deep into people, but yo, he used to come to my crib and record. Like I'm talking about my mom's crib, you know what I mean, in Scarborough. He would be there and he would come and record and do, and you know, and Tony's a real one.
So when are these last tapes coming out?
Yeah.
What are these last tapes coming out?
Well, I mean, I don't know if these guys want these out. Like there's a lot of fire records. There's a lot of fire records.
Some old school fucking Hush Grams, aka Young Tony records.
I had a record with Drake called, and I was at this point I was putting on a mixtape called The Poker Face. So he was gonna get on it just for a song on there. We had a song on a snaz beat called The Greatness.
Okay.
And then somebody leaked it because the boy blew up.
I found it.
Right, so it's out, it's there. But what's there
it's in the JD Era interview.
But what's there is just a piece of it.
Yeah, it's not the complete.
They don't got the full song. Nobody's heard the full song, and it's a fire record between me and the boy. And it's one of my favorite verses that he's ever done.
Sorry, that piece that I actually put in the thing though, that's from the whole song.
Then we get low, gon' do it then. It's the prince and I owner, you sensitive loners. By yourself while I'm chilling with some pimps in the corner. You push cush in the streets, I cushion the seats and get.
You don't got the full song. I'm telling you don't.
There's no way you have the full song.
I'm telling you don't have the full song.
You know how
You've
I got
two
it?
There's 4 verses on that song.
Oh, there's more.
Oh yeah.
You see, when the man is telling you don't have the whole song, you're trying to argue with the man that you have. Like
you don't got that record.
You don't got it. The man is
I don't got it.
and telling you you don't got it. But but you know, and the man says, yo, there's 4. Oh, so there's more. That's
you
right.
Remember when I said defending bucks, handed up, our women walk defending.
I have a version that has.
They say we tailor made by the way that we hemmed them up.
Jeez.
Slender cut, Benz a truck.
You see, you don't even have the right verses.
You know, okay, this is where I found it.
Hold on. Defending bucks, handed up, our women walk the Fendi strut. They say we tailor made by the way that we hemmed them up. Slender cut, Benz a truck. Your name don't get mentioned much. All we gotta do is visit once and they remember us. You was acting ruthless, we was snacking at Ruth Chris. You was doggy bagging it, we was asking for toothpicks. Keep on fooling your fans, from your brothers to your cousins to your few little friends. We put you in your place before and we could do it again. Like brothers from different mothers, we unusual twins. Maybe the shoes are different, but the money is identical. And before I let that metal blow, I think it's time you let it go. Yo,
Jeez.
You don't got that record, bro.
Jeez, you don't got it.
That record, bro.
Because I went online, I found it on a website, and then they gave me an MP3 from the website.
Yeah.
Man,
whoever they is, they lied. They lied, because there's more.
So did you ever think that the boy would get to this level where he's at
100%. 100%. I knew it. I knew he was going to be dope. I felt like myself, JD Era, and Drake were the ones that were like actively the leaders of like that faction of like actually trying to like really do it.
Yeah.
Right. So I felt that. So a lot of the light at that time was like on us 3 specifically, but everybody was collectively equal, like as far as like how we all felt about each other.
Right.
We never, nobody stunted on each other. Nobody felt like they were like better than each other. It was just we were all fucking dope. We were all cool, and we all loved what we were all doing. Right. So I knew it. I actually think and thought that, and I still think that everybody in that collective, add a couple more, are the best talents that could have represented our country for the following 10 years.
Wow.
Okay.
I feel like they were the best representatives moving forward a decade.
Yeah.
Alongside the boy, even, right?
Yeah.
And there's more people that have come after or in the middle or during, whatever, but I feel like at that moment, I felt like everybody was collectively smart enough to make all the necessary moves and music to lead the next 10 years. I felt, and Drake, I immediately knew when I heard Best I Ever Had, because I heard him rap. I knew the rap shit. When I heard Best I've Ever Had,
so I was gonna ask you, when did you know if you're
that was it. That was it. That was what. That's when I said okay. But I heard singing stuff before, but but that specific record, I was like, whoa. And I remember saying it to my son's mother, because I was with her at the time, and I remember saying, yo, come here, listen to this one. And I was like, yo, this record's gonna be huge. And I'm good at that. I do that with a lot of records. Like, there's people that do that. I'm the best street A&R in the world. I knew. So anyways, and duh, you know what I mean? It was the biggest record for him.
Huge.
It's not like I'm not saying something like I had some mystical fucking, like, yeah, it was a no fucking brainer. The record was crazy, but it was that moment that made the transition from him being the homie that I think is dope and that can rap, to being like, wow, this guy's about to be the fuck out of here.
He's a superstar.
Yeah, and he deserves it.
Yeah.
Everything he's gotten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, last couple questions, because we can go on forever. You know what I'm saying? You said that you left KOTD.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
I was able to ask how we strayed again from that answer.
It's how I tell stories is weird. I don't know. I don't mean to do that.
It's okay.
Okay, so we did 10 years. We had the 10-year anniversary. Organic is my guy. He'll always be my homie.
Yeah.
Tenfold. We've been through a lot of shit together.
Right.
A lot of stuff together. I just have a different idea of where I would like the culture to grow. Right? And we you don't always agree. You don't always agree with different things. So as brothers, you have to make a decision, right? You're gonna make a decision. You're gonna, like, I want to grow.
Yeah.
And I need to grow in the way that I want to grow. And if that can't be with you,
Just gotta keep it pushing.
then I gotta keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be somewhere where I constantly don't agree, right? I feel that we come from. I feel like we have. I was always the guy that was like, I'm very outspoken. I'm very, brutally honest, and I have no problem. I'm kind of aggressive. Well, somebody that isn't aggressive would think it was aggressive. I'm a Scarborough guy. I'm like, I'm from the ways. I'm from the ends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so I grew up in a different kind of way. I approach things differently. So I've always been kind of like the black sheep, to the battle rap culture and within, the function. So, but it worked for a very long time. It worked for 10 years.
Yeah, that's
and I
stretch.
don't have a drop of fucking negativity to say about any of that. You know what I mean? I just, now I have some plans and I have some forms of growth. I'm looking for a pause. I'm looking for growth within my own legacy, and that just wasn't connecting anymore. King of the Dot. So now I have to. So now I had to make the next move, and I have a venture that's coming, and you guys will be the first one when that comes to light. Yeah, but great things are happening, and I forever will wish the best for King of the Dot, and what I'm going to do will help King of the Dot as well. Cool. It's just I just need to grow and just fall back, fall back. Because a lot of things in the battle rap culture are skewed, and I think there's things that need to be fixed. And it's not fair if I fix it within a company, right? Because if I fix it within the company, it may be biased. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I had to fall back because I just need to grow. And I need to grow my own way. And I put out music. I put out Trust Nobody.
That's only Mo promo. He's at the station right now sketching your logo. Downloading his GoPro. Putting that circle around your photo.
Yeah.
And people are receiving me again as an artist. And not just a guy that stands in front of, stands next to Organic saying, take that fucking mirror down and hosting rap battles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like even when I battled, because of my staff affiliation, it didn't give me the forward that I'm supposed. Like I posted a battle today that I was in with Pass, and you can see if you watch the whole battle, like I say some shit, and you can see it's supposed to land, and it's not landing because there's a certain way that there's a certain way that you're viewed that can change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want that. Man. Yeah, I don't want that anymore.
You look like you're rapping for I understand what you're saying.
It's not as real, especially for the people that don't like. It's hard to make the connection or the personal connection as to why you're even gonna like my shit. Because you think I'm just a guy that hosts it and owns it and runs
you're
it.
Like, the battle rap.
Yeah, it's like fucking
host raps now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people are new.
Right. Like when I battled Cicero and took his fucking head off. He tried to use the excuse he didn't know what it was. He thought he was the host. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, the host blew your fucking head off.
Yeah, motherfucker, I got a whole bunch of battles under my belt. Yeah.
But so when I started getting that stigma of like it just eventually keeps happening and happening. The trolls and the comments and the this and the that, and it's like, okay, man, you know what I mean? Let me get back to this music. Let me get back to making this music that.
I look past your past, you look past mine too. I wasn't looking for love, girl, but that's when I found you. Both in the game, close to.
That was what I do, and let me get back to my hustling and getting my shit going and just growing a little bit more for myself. Because I've done it for 10 years.
You've done a lot of different things.
I've done a lot. I do a lot of shit.
And
I never sleep.
Just as a quick rundown, because we've gone longer than we've ever gone in
really?
Actually, yeah. This is
and we have a list.
lot of information.
We have a list though, and there's a lot of things that people don't realize.
And speaking of list, give me a list of your, I guess IMDb. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Give me a list of the Bishop IMDb. Yeah.
Well, the first one that got me discovered. Shout out to Joe Carnahan. He did Smoking Aces, The Gray. He's done crazy shit. Was Narc. That was my first.
Ray Liotta. Yeah.
Okay, I know it's a real quick one. I'm watching Narc. I'm like, yeah, this movie's dope. All of a sudden,
I'm there.
Yo, and boom, I guess popped in his stomach.
I shot him first though. I shot Jason Patrick in the neck, but Ray Liotta fucking.
He got you.
He got me.
Okay,
you know what's crazy about that? See, this is what happens. See, now so fun. You know what's crazy about that? When we shot that scene in that kitchen, I had never done a movie before, and they had these squibs on me and shit. There's like these things that go underneath your clothes, and they literally explode.
Yeah,
and blood comes out of it. Right? Yeah. I was terrified that it was gonna fucking give me an electric shock or whatever. But when they set it up, so imagine the room, right? If you watch the movie, they were filming in a way that none of us in the room saw anybody. We didn't see any cameras. We didn't see camera people. It was weird the way that it was being shot for the shootout
you felt like
part.
You were really in a room.
For the shootout part.
Yeah.
So when we did the first shot of the shootout part, I remember I fucking backed up the thing, aimed, shot. When I squeezed the trigger, I saw a spark off of the light behind the guy. And that frazzled me because I was like, oh no, live rounds. So I'm like, I bucked the ting now, and I'm like, oh shit. So now like I'm kind of like low key breaking character now because I'm like, oh fuck, like oh shit, and then he's shooting at me now. Ray Liotta's shooting at me now because he's got me now I'm looking at his eyes and I'm like, hey yo, like I'm a little bit worried now because I shot and it hit something. What's going on here, right? So now he's fucking. I'm like bucking at this guy, and then I'm paranoid, but I'm turning my body to like kind of aim at him, but I'm also trying to be very obvious.
Self-preservation.
Something's wrong, right? Something's wrong.
Yes.
And he shoots the first shot at me, and behind me, a piece of the wall fucking explodes and goes flying behind my head.
Oh, wow.
Dog, I'm fucking terrified. I'm like, is nobody seeing what's... So I'm like moving now, because he's aiming at me, and I'm moving. What the fuck is going on?
I'm actually catching what happened.
They go cut, whatever, right? I'm like, hey, what's going on
here? Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right. Something I shot, and I'm panicking, right? I'm panicking. I'm like, what happened? This shit just went out behind my head, bro. What's in the gun?
Yeah, for real.
Paranoid, bro. I'm from Scarborough. Like, the fuck are you guys doing?
Shooting at me with
a setup thing.
Yeah.
Trust me, dog. That's what I'm feeling. What's going on?
What did they say to you?
Chill out. Chill out.
It's all good.
They fucking reset it. They put it back. I said, what the fuck? This is Hollywood? This shit was going crazy. I was terrified. I was like, what the fuck? I'm looking over at Ray Liotta. He's like, this. Fuck, he's just staring at me like, I'm gonna kill you right now. I'm moving like, hey, yo.
He's used to the shit.
Moving out the way. When I realized it was all fucking shit, like the way they do that shit.
Yeah.
Shit was real.
Fragments and shit.
Yeah.
In the moment, you're like, hold on a second.
No, I had no idea.
You're like, yo.
And they didn't tell me.
That's probably that makes it more authentic.
Yeah, but it kind of fucked up. We had to do the shot a couple times.
Yeah,
the first time I was like, hey, yo.
But you know,
you're not Brandon Lee and me in this shit right now, bro. God bless, bro.
Bishop's feeling wind by his neck.
All that, bro.
Yo, was that a bullet that just went out of my ear? Like, yo.
Even if I didn't feel that wind thing, dog, I felt the wind.
Your mind is telling you.
Move.
Yo, something's not right here. Especially, that's sometimes they probably like, yeah, okay, so some of that, they might have edited it. They probably used some of it.
For sure.
Like, yo, the reaction in your face, like when the bullet flew past, like, yo, hold on.
That looks natural.
Yeah, right? Like, yo, let's keep that one right there.
Bro.
And yeah, they're going to make you shoot a couple of times, get some more after you feel natural about it.
Shit's scary, bro. Because you think, like, if you don't know, if you have no experience in it, they were preying off that, though. Joe Carnahan was like, he loved fucking with me because I didn't know what squibs were. So he they didn't tell me that shit was gonna go fucking sparking off behind me and shit.
Crazy.
So it's funny because
they knew.
I mean, I'm trying not to, but like when he shot, I had to shoot back. So I'm like, maybe you're not supposed to aim at them, whatever, but I wasn't sure, bro. I wasn't sure.
Wow.
When I did the audition, I fought Ray Liotta. They fucking with me the whole way through.
Movie, man.
They fucking with me the whole way through, though. Like when I did the audition, he was he had a full white beard and white hair. He looked like an old man sitting at the table. They say, yo, go sit over there and start the audition from when the hot sauce goes in your eyes. I sit down, I put my hands over my eyes and start screaming. The man with the white beard and the white face fucking jumps out of the seat and attacks me.
Wow.
This is my audition.
Wow.
He attacks me, bro. So I attacked him back.
Yeah.
He was grabbing up my fucking Sean John tracksuit. Hey, back then the shit was cost a lot of money. Shout out to Platinum World. What up, Kane?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit costs a lot of money.
Platinum World.
Shit's cost a lot of money.
The Timbers.
I got me a few of those.
OG Brigante shit right now. Right?
Platinum World was the spot.
But the man grabbed my shit. He grabbed my track. Hey, yo, whoa.
Yeah.
How we doing this? Right? And then I fucking dude fall on the ground. Rolling around. I'm trying to hit him. He's trying to block my hand. What the fuck's going on? Who is this old ass fucking white man attacking me?
Yeah.
The fuck? I owe you money? What setup? I don't know. The man fucking, the director said, stop. Everybody stop. And I'm on the ground with this guy. Like, we're like trying to like get one over on each other. All of a sudden he goes, are you okay? And I look in his eyes and I'm like, that's fucking Ray Liotta.
Wow.
Hands on, baby.
So when he shot at me, bro, and I felt the thing go by me and I'm panicking or whatever, I may or may not have pointed that gun directly at him and squeezed when I had to because I didn't know what was going on.
They're fucking with you.
This is fucking crazy, bro.
So give us the rest of the movies on your list.
That's hilarious, though.
I did
Narc.
I did Narc. I did a movie called The Chupacabra. I did a couple funny movies, man. I did another one that was dope. Was called Evil Feed.
Mm-hmm. Evil Feed.
I've got this one called The Alamo vs. The Chupacabra with Eric Estrada.
Oh wow.
I got great stories for him. I gotta come back. Eric Estrada is hilarious. What else? I did like a lot of TV. I did Orphan Black. I did Cracked. I did Hemlock Grove.
Oh wow.
I did I've done. I don't know, man.
Oh, your fucking credits are big.
I did some stuff. I did a couple stuff. I did some short films. I did some short film stuff. I produced a TV series. I don't know. I'm doing some shit.
Yeah.
I did some shit.
That's man.
And I may or may not have a TV series on the way.
Listen, man. We like you said, like we're gonna have to do another part.
We have a list, and I don't even think we've even cracked it. We haven't even cracked it.
Listen, like I had
I'm actually gonna look at that list.
Like a list of questions here.
Well, not questions, but we had things to talk about.
Yeah, and
because I remember I
wrote out some questions, but for real, like
no, not questions. You didn't write questions. We talked about look at this shit.
There's some movies and different things that we were gonna go more in depth in, but we're gonna have to do a part 2 of Bishop because
we actually did. We actually did. Wow, we hit some shit.
There's a wealth of fucking knowledge that Bishop has, as far as like music industry knowledge.
We hit some shit.
What about the boxing promotion?
Ooh, that's so I work with United, and man, my son's a boxer, and I love the culture. I've always loved the culture. So when I got a chance to sit down with Tyler, who's the owner of United, I just got in there helping out with the marketing and promotions and stuff, and I helped manage some boxers and I love that. I love that culture. It's a really warm, welcoming culture. And
the events are fly. I've been to a couple.
Yeah.
So you've seen my work then, like when you see the stuff on the screens and the entrances and all that stuff. That's myself and my man Joe Cash. We really work hard on that stuff.
That's
for United.
Sick, man.
Yeah, and shout out to my man Hayden and Pops and one of the fighters that I work with is Ryan Young, who just took the Canadian title from Tim Cronin. So we just had a title fight a couple weeks ago in Brampton at the CAA Center, and we got the Canadian title. So really happy. On my birthday, he won the title on my birthday, May 11th.
I was just searching for the day. I know. Shout out Mikhail, my cousin. He's into the boxing. He was on the card.
Yeah, he was on the card. He's sick. I think he's super talented too. I love boxing.
You're a man of fucking.
And I got a new clothing line.
The Ends. Yeah.
And I got a new clothing line. It's called the Ends. You know what I mean? Normally on the sleeve here, it's supposed to say 12 of the main streets where you're from, but because the Raptors won the Eastern Conference, I was like, oh shit, let me do something for them because we want to show the love, right? So now I got this one. This one is because we kicked their ass in game 1, right? So you guys see Kawhi, Kyle, Fred, everybody's there, right? So this is we only on Instagram and on Facebook for now, but the website is purchased. It's going to be theends.ca, but for now, just if you want to see that shit or cop that shit, just go to Shop the Ends on Instagram or Facebook. Nice. Shop the Ends, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I have all these crazy jobs, man. My favorite one is being a dad.
Yeah, man.
Shout out Lito. What's up, son?
And the thing is, by the time that this airs, the Raptors will be champions. I'm not gonna say should be champions.
They will be.
No.
If it's now, by the time it airs, the Raptors are the champions.
Yeah,
they are. Right now, if you guys are watching this,
they're the champions.
We're from the city.
We're the champs.
We're from the city that won the NBA final.
We better fucking.
That's what's up.
They're gonna eat our back.
We're not tattooing nothing yet. Don't worry.
Or should we do another one to cut to just in case? We really put in a good effort, man.
They did it to us, man. But we fought hard.
We came in second place.
Oh man.
We'll get them next year, guys.
Bye, Kawhi.
Oh man.
Don't go. I might write him an open letter.
Please don't offer him nothing if he stays. Give it to him now. That's my biggest gripe with the city. So give it to him now. Even if he's gone, just give it to him now. And appreciate what he's done.
Right.
Appreciate what he's done.
I think they do. I think I'll say this. My only the thing I would say to Kawhi is you know, I don't know what he's thinking or where his mind state's at. But one thing anybody should say, if nobody's saying it, is thank you, because
for sure.
there is a huge pulse, which is the heartbeat of the city and the country, that has been revived in a way for basketball and sports that is unlike anything else right now. It's he's given. Now, that doesn't take away anything from Kyle. That doesn't take anything away from everybody before him, because they are all instrumental in that for the last 25 years.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying that he has created a pulse within the team that makes everybody better, because everybody's playing better, the best they've ever played. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a huge responsibility for him. And if you decide to stay, you're going to inspire so many children in our country, and that is is priceless to me. You know what I mean?
Way
it's
bigger than
priceless
the NBA check.
It's way bigger than that, because he has come here and he has instilled a certain level of hope and a certain level of aspiration in children. And you could do that. You could be, great, but I don't think anything's going to compare to what has been created here. And he's incredible, man. He's incredible.
What he's doing is inspiring a generation, similar to like how Vince Carter inspired a generation of basketball players.
Yeah.
Right. The next Canadian, they're going to be like, whoa, look at Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if anything to take in, and I'm pretty sure he seems super grounded, which is incredible. Which is another level of superstardom we need, right?
Yeah.
We need that. We need role models. We need a role model.
Yeah, inspire the youths.
Right. So, look, a lot of players and people inspire, but
it's a different
I feel like he's all the way with it.
Yeah.
And it's going to mean the world to our country, not just for the money, not just for the tourism, not just for that shit. It's amazing what you're doing. Win or lose, thank you. But what you're going to do for generations of kids in this country, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well said, sir. Well said. Well said. Yeah, man. Well, listen, man. Before we go, I want you to give the people, because you got new music and everything coming out, right? Or new music that's out and more music on the way.
Yeah.
So, for all the people who are new people who are just getting tuned into Bishop Brigante, you know what I'm saying? Besides like the long-time fans who've been following you from time, right. I need you to let people know your social medias.
Okay.
And where to find all like your music.
All right.
Streams, everything.
So, I'm on everything as Bishop Brigante. No funny spellings.
With the check mark.
That's a different story. Friday wants that blue check mark so bad.
Word?
Send on Instagram.
Yo, word?
Friday wants that blue check mark so bad.
Why?
Listen, we're a legitimate company.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you feel like there's a perk?
I feel so.
Yeah?
I feel that you get taken way more seriously when you have a check mark next to your name. You know what I'm saying?
It's weird, eh?
I feel like when we love hip hop, it needs a check mark because it's a legitimate brand that's made a stamp in the culture.
Absolutely.
And I feel that me myself, I've been doing my fucking thing, so shit. I need myself a fucking check mark. God damn, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram.
You want that check mark? We know you're on Instagram. That story shit he got going on.
Shit is about to block my phone.
He's definitely on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want that check? I feel that you should have the check.
You sound like you got the hookup.
I don't got no hookup. Yo, listen.
We'll talk about that.
It must seem like it was going that way, though.
It's weird.
Oh, that check.
It's weird,
You really got that check, right? All right.
Yo, I see people. People ask me that shit, and I'm like, yo, what's the hookup for the? You got the plug, on the badge. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, how did you get the? What do you mean? How did I get? Bro, I didn't do anything.
Just put in the work, yeah.
Perhaps, maybe I work really hard. I don't know, but you do too. So it'll come. It'll come, bro. It's not. It's not. Don't
make it organic, bro.
Yeah, don't spend $1. Don't spend $1. Trying to spend shit. I don't even know if you can. I always hear people
cut that off.
Yeah, I don't know if you can, cause like.
Yeah, I think if it happens, it happens.
Can you?
Yeah, okay.
I just feel like you woke up one day and then boom, there was a blue check next to your name.
It was there.
Jeez.
Same with Twitter.
And then mad DM.
But you see how you feel? Yeah. Oh yeah. Crazy. It's weird. That's weird to me. It's weird to me. I think it's weird. But the Facebook one, it's not there. I don't got the Facebook one. There's a Facebook one.
Soon forward.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. The only thing I know that having the check does is that your comment stays at the top.
Hey.
So like people will see if I comment on somebody, it'll appear as the first couple of comments, which I guess draws traffic and whatever. But all it does for me is gets 5 million of the biggest waste shoots ever on 6Buzz just coming at me because I defend raccoons. It's the worst people. I get the worst comments back from people on Instagram about the dumbest shit ever, bro. Yeah. I wrote a comment about Klay Thompson. He did an interview. It was on the Buzz It. And I wrote, "Oh, them firecrackers must have kept him up. Uh-huh. He looks burst." Right? Just cracking a joke. Stupid. Some kid literally wrote to me, "The interviews from yesterday, you fucking goof." And I'm like, "Yo, what?
Wow.
Like what? Like what?"
If you have time on their hands.
But when my hands is on you, you gonna have that time.
No, see, keep the same
energy. 5 minutes.
Keep that same energy in person.
It's crazy, but you never see. So these.
Oh, you'll see them.
Oh, I caught a couple.
You won't know it's them.
I wonder if I should tell you the story.
Let's keep on track.
We about to go. We gotta come back to part 2.
You didn't even cut that part out. I'll jump in on that one later. But the check mark shit, whatever.
Let us know
who you are, where you at, how we can find you.
Where we can find you social media wise. So Bishop Brigante,
you know
but music.
I'm blem now. From I'm blem now I'm like, that's why I'm doing because I can zigzag everywhere. My brain, the way it works is like, I don't see it I see it all. And then I can go, right, that's weird. Hey. If you want to find me, it's there.
Yeah.
But separated too.
Yeah, you pull from here.
It's separated. No, but it's separated.
Separate it's over weird. There. Send that away.
If you put a bunch of pieces of paper in a Ziploc bag, and then eventually it would fill up, and then it would look like a brain. Those are all thoughts, right? How mine go in there is like they would all be separate, and like all the thoughts are there at once. Is that weird? I don't know what that. I don't know. I don't know what the diagnosis is for that, but I could think of 300 things at once. It's weird. Maybe that's how I freestyle. If you want to find Bishop Brigante, Bishop Brigante on Instagram, Twitter, official Bishop. I don't know, man. Listen, if you're a weirdo, don't try to follow me. Unfollow me, if you can. But just look up Bishop Brigante, man. I'm out there, man. I'm doing this stuff, and thank you guys because I love what you do, and I think it's. You, man. I think the kind of information that people acquire from you guys is something that has been lost for a very long time, and
thank you.
You know what I mean, and we need it. It's good, chill conversation and just real life shit. So thank you guys for having me.
Appreciate that, man. Yo, man.
We're definitely gonna have to have a part 2.
Yes, we have to have a part 2.
3.
And 3 and 4.
Man.
I got stories for days, man. I know I've been a part of generations.
Trust me.
I go from the Choclairs, the Choclair era, the Cardinal era, I've been
Trust me. So we have a legendary interview that just went down. Big up to Bishop Brigante, the gambling man in the motherfucking building. World's most smoked out podcast.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah, that was good. That was really nice.
There's a lot.
Hey, how y'all doing? Don't forget to like and leave your comments below. And if you like videos like this, as well as others on our channel, please remember to subscribe to the channel, as well as hit the notification bell so you'll know when we're dropping new videos daily.